Now that you know how to do basic filtering, let's talk about some of the other functions that are already built in. We already saw how to use the date filter where we have all these presets, but I want to show you how to use the custom feature, and then also for some of the other types what we can do with that. So let's start with date though, and we'll go to the custom filter because we saw how to do last month and this month and all of that. But if we do custom filter, it just pops open this little dialog box, and we're able to come in here and say equals a specific date. Let's say October 14th. If it says October 14th and we say OK, now it's just going to filter to just that single date. And we can come down here and we can see if we want to unapply that, we just click on it. We can also do between, and that would let us do the same thing we just did there, apply a specific date, October 14th, and is before, we'll say October 31st, so that gives us a custom time range, and I click OK, and now it's only showing me values within that time range. Now if I want to clear that, I'm just going to come in here and clear it off. The other types we can do, if I come over to the estimated cost, since that is a number, I have different filters. I can do greater than, less than, all of those types. It can also do average. It'll automatically do the average for me, so I can do above and below. I can do this thing called top 10, which is not really just top 10, but I could do even top 3. Maybe I want to know the 3 most expensive projects, and I'll click OK, and it does that for me. I could have also done bottom in that. It doesn't have to just be top. If I chose above average instead, there you go. It's already filtering it for me by the average. And even within numbers, there are some custom filters we can apply. If you want to go ahead and use some of these logical statements, you can do that. Now the other type would be with text, and I'm going to clear that filter by coming up here. Now the difference is if I click filter up here to clear it, that clears all of my filters. So if I had multiple applied, that would have cleared all of them. If I just do one in the single drop down, for instance clicking here like I did before, it just clears it from that one column. Well, let's try a text filter though. If I come here and I say text filters, I can do begins with, ends with, equals, so I could just type out Violet. It's probably easier to use the checkboxes in those ones, but I could do a custom filter as well, again with these logical statements. And finally, the other type I can do is right here with does not contain and contain. If I says contains HIL, so I'm spelling out part of fill but not the whole thing, and I say OK, Excel goes through it and recognizes that HIL is part of the text string in fill. So if you had, let's say, longer code or maybe a full address in there and you're looking for a specific word, you can use that type of functionality to filter just based on a part of a word. So I'm going to clear that to get rid of it. And that is the basics of using filters. Now there's more advanced filters we'll talk about in a later video, but you can see there's a lot of options already pre-built in. All I've got to do is just know how to navigate to these drop downs and select the one I'm looking for.